Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Jadiro. This is my tutorial on Annihilator Fury Warriors. It's a dope build. I think it's great for beginners that are just getting into the game to do PvP, and it's also good for the pros too. I think you guys would appreciate it. It's very low maintenance and it puts out a butt ton of damage. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, for everyone new to doing PvP with warriors, this is pretty much the setup I have. I will leave the description and the import file in the comments for you guys so you guys can see this. I call it pump and dump because basically what you're doing is you're pumping with Bloodthirst and you're dumping with Rampage. For all the beginners, Bloodthirst and Rampage are your main hotkeys, so make sure to put those on your 2 and your 3 as you'll be pushing them the most. For the more intermediate players, you guys can put it where you like, whatever's comfortable, but these are your main 2 rotations, Bloodthirst and Rampage. So for the beginners, to go in a little deeper, this is what makes the build work. You've got Avatar, which procs your Odin's Fury, so you want to go this one. And you got Thunderous Roar, and you want to have it with the extended Thunderous Roar and the 15% extra damage to all bleed damage. On the Fury side, a little deeper into the build, you've got Cold Steel Hot Blood, make sure you get this, and Odin's Fury. Cold Steel Hot Blood is a bleed, and so is Odin's Fury. So with Thunderous Roar being a bleed as well, and then it doing increased bleed damage by 15%, it starts to really hurt later in the game. There are small little tidbits on this build that I could talk about in a more in-depth guide if you'd like. Let me know if you guys would like that in the comments. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video too. Thanks. Last but not least, just to get a little more in-depth for the beginners, you want to take Recklessness for sure. You don't want to trade this up for anything else. You want to get Reckless Abaddon as well. And you want to get Unbridled Ferocity. Don't forget to take these. As well, you want to take Annihilator. For all the pros, you know it makes you an auto attack boss. And for all the beginners, definitely want to take this. It just adds passive damage and you don't have to think about it. Alright guys, basically to summarize, this is the build, okay? What you need to focus on is popping your Avatar, your Thunderous Roar, your Odin's Fury, and your Recklessness. Make sure that your Recklessness is popping too. You need this. This is a huge part of your damage output. Before I show you guys a demonstration of the damage output, I just want to explain to you that most of these moves I have on macros. And for the beginners, macros is basically combining 2 moves into one hotkey, which is down here. So for instance, I have Avatar and Recklessness on the same hotkey. If you guys want a macro video, I can do one for you and I can show you all my macros. They're pretty dope and I think they'd help you too. Sorry guys, last thing before we go, I wanted to express to you that this build is awesome for beginners and pros. For beginners, it's awesome because it's very low maintenance, which means you're not pushing a whole lot of buttons to make it work. And for pros, I'm telling you, it's just a whole lot of fun to play. You got to try it out. All right, guys, I'm about to show you what this thing can actually do. Hopefully, I've given you enough information for you guys to grasp the basic concept of what this build can do. And for the pros out there or the beginners, if you guys want a more in-depth conversation and a more in-depth guide on how this build works, let me know in the comments. All right, guys, I'm about to show you my rotation and my opener. My opener is always I charge in, then I pop Avatar, and then I rotate between Bloodthirst and Rampage. In between that rotation, I try to sneak in Slam, Odin's Fury, and Thunderous Roar. I highly recommend after popping Avatar, you pop Odin's Fury and Thunderous Roar. All right, now that we have the stopwatch set up, let's get this started. I'll time it for 1 minute and we'll watch the damage output. You'll see the damage after here. Pop my Odin's Fury, pop my Thunderous Roar. Now I'm just going to rotate between Bloodthirst and Rampage. Every time for the beginners, you see that red mark come over your warrior, that means you can pop your Rampage. So you're pumping with Bloodthirst and then you're dumping with Rampage. Simple rotation. I'm just hitting Bloodthirst. Right, so I have downtime, I pop my Slam, there you go, Rampage. Rampage. Dumping with Bloodthirst, pumping with Bloodthirst, dumping with Rampage. Pretty simple stuff. In under a minute, I should have enough time to pop an Odin's Fury again, and then I'll show you the damage chart. Alright, that's a minute. As you can see, guys, I did close to 3 million damage. Alright, guys, as you can see, most of the damage is coming from Bloodbath and Rampage. Your pump and your dump. As you can see, a lot of your secondary damage comes from your melee attacks and your gushing wound bath. It's actually quite significant when you think about it. As you go down the chart, you see a lot of damage comes from Annihilator and Thunderous Roar 2. Thunderous Roar procs twice. It's pretty awesome. Odin's Fury does as well. Let me mention to you that this does a lot more damage when you're actually in battlegrounds and you're hitting multiple enemies. Before I conclude, for the beginners, I just want to show you that most of your damage is coming from your Bloodthirst and your Rampage. Literally 2 buttons. Very low maintenance build. My pump and my dump. As you guys know, the proof's in the pudding, so let's get into an arena skirmish and I can show you how this damage really works. Alright, as you guys can see, I got lucky here and someone actually just wants to deal with me, so this should be pretty cool. And he's fully geared too. So it's going to be interesting to see, that's for sure. Whoa! That was quick. Maybe not a good example. Alright guys, we got into a skirmish. We got a 3v3 here. This is what you'll typically see in solo shuffle. So it's a pretty good example of what the damage output potential is of a warrior. Fury warrior at that matter, for that matter. Alright guys, this is the match, 3v3, like your typical solo shuffle. Alright, I'm gonna open up on the healer. That's what I like to do. My move. As you can see, the rogues open up on me too. It's providing them time to heal. Not much I can do because I'm slowed. Trying to stick on the healer here. Feels like a losing fight, but it's not quite. Healer's almost down. Putting the pressure on. You want to be as sticky as possible as a Fury Warrior. There we go. So I'm going to open up on the Rogue now. Rogue disappeared, so I switched my focus to the hunt, to the Warrior. Back to the Rogue. Okay, Rogue's done his thing. Boom. As you can see, guys, it's still doing quite significant damage. It's only about, 200k off of the top, which was the Arms Warrior, which is the superior build, I will not lie. But if you're just getting into the game and you want to have a fun build and you want to crack that 1000 rating, Fury Warrior is pretty sweet. Well, that concludes our video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, that'd be dope. I'm gonna drop more videos like this as well. I have solo queue shuffle videos where you guys can see this build in action. It's pretty sweet. I'm glad at least I got to give you a demonstration of the damage output potential in an arena scenario. Last but not least, I just want to thank you guys for watching. This is a very low maintenance build. I hope you guys enjoy it, beginners and pros alike. Again, if you guys want a more in-depth build guide, let me know. Leave in the comments and I'll show it to you. Without further ado, your boy Jadiro signing out. Peace.